Hi, Pastor Rich here, and first thing I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to all of the members of the United Methodist Church of Wellsboro who have been so faithful to continue to participate in their regular offering. In checking the church mail today, I saw that there's a number of offering envelopes that came in, and I just want to encourage all of you who are watching this video, whether you're a member of the United Methodist Church of Wellsboro or another of our local churches, I encourage you to continue to support the mission and ministry of the church to which you are a member at such a time as this, because the mission and ministry of every local church and the church universal is dependent upon those regular gifts. Now, I welcome you here today. I'd like to share something that is, we're going to talk essentials, right? So something that's essential is considered necessary for life. Now I have with me the leaves, little branchlets of 3 different kinds of spruces. This one right here with the wide, flat needles. They're kind of stiff, yet not pointy enough to jab you. That's nice, isn't it? And these two, now they're very similar. This is the red spruce, and this is the black spruce. All 3 of these are hardy northern trees, and I collected these from the Algerine Swamp Natural area yesterday. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you about these is there is an essential relationship on planet Earth that can be observed here. Now, as you may know, as human beings, we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. With trees, it's the opposite. They breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. And so that's one of the essential relationships on planet Earth between plants, the plant kingdom, and the animal kingdom. Now, I'd like to, I'm going to ask my lovely assistant Erin to hand me the phone here. I'd like to give you a close-up look at the kind of the lungs of the needles here. And so we're going to look at this balsam fir needle very closely. Let's see. I'm going to zoom in. Here we go. We're zooming in. Okay. And if you look, we can do this. We can do this. All right. So you see. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. So you see the needles, and there's ridges on the underside of the needles. You see all those little white dots. Those are the lungs. Those are the breathing holes for the leaves, for the needles, where they breathe in that carbon dioxide and breathe out that oxygen. And it's an essential relationship because as they breathe out the oxygen, we are breathing in the oxygen and breathing out the carbon dioxide. It's an essential relationship. And speaking of essential relationships, I want to share this part of the story of Jesus with you. Now there's a moment in the ministry of Jesus. It's from Luke chapter 12, where Jesus is talking to some of his disciples, and he says, life is not measured by how much you own. And he tells this story. Jesus says, a rich man had a fertile farm that produced fine crops. He said to himself, what should I do? I don't have room for all my crops. Then the man said, I know, I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I'll have enough room to store all my wheat and other goods. I'll sit back and say to myself, my friend, you have enough stored away for years to come. Now take it easy, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, you fool! You will die this very night. Then who will get everything that you worked for? Yes, a person is a fool to store up earthly wealth, but not have a rich relationship with God. This ends our reading. And so just as we talked about the essential relationship between trees and animals, between the trees that breathe out the air and in the carbon dioxide, And well, like us, we breathe in the carbon dioxide and breathe, breathe in the oxygen and breathe out the carbon dioxide. You know what I'm saying here. It's an essential relationship. And one of the things that we understand through this parable of Jesus is that one of our essential relationships in this life is having a rich relationship with God. A rich relationship with God is life's greatest treasure, and I encourage you to take time today, to take time every day, to nurture that relationship with God. And for me, it begins as simple as saying, "Here I am, Lord." And sometimes it's nice just to rest in God's presence, to say, "Whoa, this is another one of those spruce trees. This is a Norway spruce." All my wild neighbors, right? But take time to nurture your relationship with God today. Speak to Jesus like you're speaking to a friend. God is faithful to uphold us, to care for us, and when we invest in that relationship, it's like breathing, right? It's like breathing. We breathe in, we breathe out. We receive, we respond. We bring our petitions before God and our needs and our hopes, and we trust. It's like breathing. And so let's each of us take time to nurture our relationship with God. And I hope you have enjoyed this short video about essential relationships, and I will see you next time.